Hello everyone, Helen here from Karmic Kids. I just wanted to jump on with everything that's happening right now to just have a quick chat about stress and the science behind stress, what happens in our body when we experience stress, and to just touch on a few ways we can manage that. So most of us are experiencing some amount of stress right now. It's really unavoidable with our current situation. With changes happening rapidly, it can be really quite overwhelming. From parents that maybe are already at home full-time with kids, trying to homeschool and navigate their way through that, and the children that are at home and out of their normal routines. Children that are at school still and facing the uncertainty of these half-full classrooms without their friends. And teachers who are doing an amazing job of holding it together for the entire education system so that life can go on, tackling not only classroom education but also now online classes for children and parents. So we're all experiencing stress, and as I said, it's really unavoidable. But what is really important is to know that it's normal and to have ways to manage that stress. It's important that we understand stress as a physiological response in our body, meaning it's something that as we get triggered, it's not something we can immediately control, but as soon as our awareness grows around that, then we can actually practice self-regulation. So Dan Siegel talks about flipping the lid, and I won't go into it too much in this video, but the gist of it is that when our survival mode kicks in, or our fight or flight response, which is in our brainstem, our prefrontal cortex, which is our rational thinking brain, can't be online to make good decisions, to think like a normal human. So our prefrontal cortex comes offline, and what happens is we so-called flip the lid and our emotional brain takes over, meaning that we can't be in a rational place. Physiologically, what happens is our blood pressure goes up, our heart rate increases, our breathing decreases, we become very shallow chest breathers, and anything that's not complete survival basically shuts down. So our tolerance to stress is different from person to person, and some of us will be feeling this current situation more than others. But it's really, really important to know that when you're experiencing any of those feelings in your body, the fast heart rate, the shallow breathing, the sooner we become aware of that, the more quickly we can self-regulate. Something I find fascinating is that the brain doesn't know the difference between real stress and perceived stress. Meaning that if you perceive something to be a danger, your body will create that same fight or flight response to keep you safe. This isn't a bad thing, it keeps us from walking in front of a bus. But what's bad is if we stay in that response all the time. This virus is serious and it's impacting all of us so much. But it's so important that we come back to a place of calm throughout the day, that we can find that source of peace within for not only ourselves but also our children and those around us. For those of us that are empaths and take on other people's energy, it's more important than ever that we can find that tranquility and to come back to that place of peace. So recognizing in yourself first if you come into that response, and then knowing that any of the behaviors that follow on from that is the brain's natural response. That's not your fault. Irritability, short temper, anger, not being able to sleep, making bad decisions, that's because you're offline. So give yourself some compassion, some understanding, but at the same time educate yourself with ways that you can help to manage this stress. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. So let's create education, knowledge, awareness to help move forwards in this new way. I hope this video helped. Please reach out with any questions, or if you'd like to go deeper into any of this stuff, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, thank you. Namaste.